Hi, Ankit. Let's wait for 5 minutes more. Students usually tend to join by 4:45 p.m. So I'm hoping to get more people on board. Yeah.
Sure, no problem, Kshitija.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Hi, let's get started. Students will keep on joining, but let's not wait anymore. Hi guys, good afternoon, and we are back with another interesting guest session. For today, it's again an interesting topic, which is advertising on social media. Basically, for today, we have a very young and charming guy with us, Ankit Dasgupta. The speciality or what's special about today's session is Ankit is working as a digital and social media specialist here at CMedu. He is our own digital content strategist, and all the interesting campaigns that you see on CMedu's social media and even Toolbox's social media are coined by Ankit and his team. So welcome, Ankit, and we are very happy to have you here today. Uh,
I, yeah.
Before you start, I'll just introduce you. As I said, Ankit works with CMedu as digital and social media specialist. Before that, he has worked as digital and social media specialist, social media specialist in 10 media networks. He has experience with big labels like Time Network, Mirror Now specifically, then Book My Show. He has done his PGDM from Wellinger Institute of Management in Marketing, and he has now quite a good experience in the field of social media. So, Ankit, the session is all yours and enjoy.
Thank you so much, Shitija, for that wonderful introduction. I didn't even write that introduction to give it to you, but thank you so much. Hello, everyone. This is Ankit Dasgupta. I am a social media specialist. And before I start the session, uh, happy Ganesh Chaturthi to everyone out here. And of course, it's 10th of September. There are a lot of bank holidays, but we're doing this session. We'll try to keep it as fun as possible. It's like Kshitija mentioned, I am young. I'm not a teacher. I'm not a professor. I work as a digital marketing specialist here at CMedu and for Toolbox. Prior to this, I was working with Intent Media Network. It's a huge media conglomerate, but I was working with the Epic channel and DocuBay. It's an OTT platform for documentaries. And before Intent Media Network, I was working with Times Television Network, specifically for a news channel called Mirror Now, and also Times Now, your Zoom TV, and other TV channels that the Times Network hosted. And I started off as a social media person for a ticketing based online company, which is Book My Show. There I spent a very less time because I got an offer from Times Network, and that's how I got my big media break. Surprisingly, I didn't complete my any media studies. It was just that I was way too interested in media. I was way too interested in social media, and that's how I landed my first social media job at Book My Show. And prior to that, I was an investment banker for JP Morgan Chase. And I was a finance professional, which shifted his career to media. And now I'm working for CMedu. So quite a journey. It's been more than 6 years that I'm in this field. And social media as a product has evolved. It's been a decade and it has evolved so much. Now you see a host of social media platforms out there. You see social media platforms which have different features. You see social media platforms which were very different before, and now they are different in so many ways. So we're going to discuss a lot of all those things of how social media has evolved and how you as a brand or working for a brand can use social media for advertising, for content management, for content creation, and how well you can use social media for your own brand or the brands that you handle in the future. Social media as a subject is very vast and it's always going to evolve. But right now, we are going to cover things which are available to us and how brands and how campaigns are usually strategized to help the brands grow on social media, to get leads out of social media, and how the digital footprint of a brand is basically enhanced on social media. Before I start, let's just understand what social media is. This is not going to be a workshop where I'm going to show you a PPT and we will discuss pointers. I'm not that guy. I'm not a PPT based guy. In the world of social media, when you are a social media strategist, we have weekly meetings where you have to create a PPT. So I decided to keep this workshop as simple as possible, because here I'm seeing around 51 participants, including me, use social media platforms for their own use and purposes. And this is a different perspective on how brands and how you as an individual can use social media for your own good. Uh, Also, I am a social media influencer. I'm an equal rights speaker. I'm a digital creator. I also advertise on social media for my own purposes and for my own good. So let's cover each and everything. What is social media? Social media, we started with Facebook in 2009, where Facebook was a very minuscule social media platform where we used to connect with our friends, we used to chat with our friends, we used to update statuses on Facebook, where we didn't have pages, we just had a basic wall, like we used to call a basic wall, where we used to get updates, people used to share pictures, we used to like them. And that is Facebook. And back in 2009, 10, and 11, things started changing where Facebook started having competitors, which was Twitter. So now Facebook had an opportunity that Twitter is a rival for Facebook, and things were supposed to change. Facebook started having pages. Brands started utilizing pages, Facebook pages, for their own social media marketing and content marketing. As of now, social media marketing is still very fresh, because social media is always, like I said, is always going to evolve. You can always, there are always going to be new features, new updates where people are going to use social media. So the basic history of Facebook was, like I said, personal interaction with your friends, with your family members, with people who you know, who you don't know, and understand how the world works. But that changed. And then we had Twitter back in 2010. And then we had Instagram. Instagram was a different entity altogether. Instagram was not owned by Facebook that time. And Instagram was just a photo sharing app, just a photo sharing app. Now what you see on Instagram is a complete different ball game. And things have evolved, brands have evolved, and brands utilize social media for their own good and for their own digital footprint. Now we discuss about how do we make campaigns? How do we measure campaigns? How do we design a campaign on social media? Like I was told that there are students here from semester 1, from semester 3. I'm sure you must have used social media a lot, or are on social media, or creating content on social media, a lot of things. Right now, what the brands are doing is to create their own digital footprint, to create brand awareness on social media, to create customers out of social media. All of this is used by just one particular platform, which is social media. Now let me come to the different platforms that we have. We have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have Instagram, we have YouTube, we have Clubhouse, and now we have LinkedIn also, which was redundant, I think 5 years, 6 years ago, where people used to only update their job profiles. But now LinkedIn also has become this powerful tool as a social media platform where people interact with each other. And during the COVID times, LinkedIn became the most popular social media where people interacted with employers and like-minded people to find a job, to understand how the job market is right now. So LinkedIn also is a very powerful tool. So let's cover each and every social media platform on how you can use it and how the campaigns are designed. For Facebook, right now we have videos. For Facebook, we also have normal pictures where you can post about yourself, post about a brand, or post about a campaign, which in turn can be utilized for promoting those particular posts, like using Facebook Ads Manager, where you promote a particular post, adding money and selecting certain parameters, and then promoting it on Facebook. And what are these parameters that I'm talking about? The first parameter is that what is that you want from a particular campaign? Is that you want leads, or do you want page likes, or do you want page followers, or do you want just the people who are getting these ads to come on your page or interact with other posts that you are posting on your particular profile or on the brand specific page? And when I say brands, this is not just brands like Amazon, Flipkart, or CMedu for that matter, or Toolbox. Even you as an individual, if you are a content creator, if you are a music producer, if you are a journalist, if you are if you are a game designer or a game tester, all of these require social media to promote your own work. And you can use social media for your own benefit. Like for game designers, you can use Discord. For sound engineering, you can, for people who are from sound engineering or who are making music, can use SoundCloud. These are also social media platforms that they can use for their own benefit. And so for when I was, like I was mentioning about Facebook, you need to define the target audience that you want to target. How does a Facebook post measure your target audience? Is understanding what is the content that you are creating. Because like we mentioned this, you've heard this a lot of times, that content is key. If you don't have great content and just put money on it and promote it, your content is not, your ads are not going to run properly. Your ads are not going to give you the desired results that you want. So content is important when you post on social media, and what kind of content, that is also important. So with Facebook, Facebook has been changing its way of delivering ads to audiences, and it is always going to change because of its new algorithms and acquiring Facebook, acquiring Instagram and WhatsApp, because each of them talk to each other. Like all the data that you share on Instagram, all the data that you share on WhatsApp, all the data you share on Facebook, they actually talk to each other. And the ads that I see on my social media platforms will be very different than what you see on your social media platforms. So if you're basically like Googling about a brand called Levi's, Levi's is a clothing company, and you've just done a Google search, and you go, the next time you go on Instagram, or the next time you go on Facebook, or the next time you go on Twitter, you will see certain ads which are basically your interest areas. You will start seeing websites with jeans on as ads on the website banners, or you will see Instagram stories with clothing ads, or you'll see Facebook, which on your wall you will see a clothing brand ad, where you will, because they talk to each other, they understand how to target these. This is what target audience really means. This is what targeting your audience really means. Because if someone has started a Facebook ad on Facebook or Instagram, it's a clothing brand, they can create a normal target audience about the age from 18 to 24 or 35, and they can put some money into it, and the ad starts running. And people who have the same interests in clothing or fashion, those particular accounts and those particular profiles are targeted on internet, and that's how ads are delivered to you. That is how the ads usually function. That is what an advertisement on social media really means. The parameter that I was talking about is interest audience. The second is interests that we can choose. Like if I'm creating an ad on Facebook, I can actually mention the interests which are basically like fashion, jeans, clothing, social media influencers, fashion bloggers. These are the interests that I can actually choose on Facebook while creating an advertisement. And that is where only those particular profiles and that particular age group will be targeted on the internet. And the same ads will be running on Instagram, the same ad you will see running on Google, the same ad you will see running on Facebook. That is how your social media advertisement really works. But all of this information is really confusing, really complicated on how Facebook advertisement really works, on how social media advertisement really works. Here, I'm going to mention about how you can use social media campaigns without using money and without using, if you don't have a budget, how you can utilize social media for brands and for yourself. I don't have a huge budget for myself to spend on social media. So the basic thing that I do is do organic campaigns, or organically I try to increase my digital footprint on social media. Uh, Basically, now everyone uses Instagram more often than Facebook, because Facebook is a dead audience. Facebook, people don't really go on Facebook anymore. You will see very less people updating their profile pictures or sharing something personal on Facebook. But right now, Instagram has taken that lead after you have new features of sharing videos, of making short form content, of adding 10 pictures back to back with each other and interacting. And you will see a lot of people coming on to Instagram. You will see a lot of creators on Instagram. So Instagram as a profile evolved from a photo sharing app to what it is right now. Now you have Instagram Reels, you have video posts for Instagram, you have Instagram stories to use for your own good. Now, when I started working as a social media professional, that time we didn't have so much of features on social media. We didn't have Instagram, or it was not that booming. Facebook was really used a lot that time. Twitter was used a lot that time, and Twitter as a social media platform is an opinion-based social media platform where if you have an opinion about something, if you are very intellectual, uh, you can write something in 280 characters and post it on Twitter. How brands use Twitter is basically interacting with their customers. So if you have a website, or if you are a brand or handling a brand on social media, you will see a lot of people coming onto Twitter, writing about your brand, tagging you, uh, and basically maybe give negative comments or maybe positive comments on Twitter. And you will see a lot of brands out there, major brands out there, uh, having their own customer care service Twitter account. And because Twitter is an open profile, people don't need to really follow you to see your tweets. It's always out in the open until unless you make it private. You can see all those tweets which can negative tweets on brands which can tarnish a brand's image on Twitter. And you will see a lot of things trending as soon as possible if something goes really bad. So Twitter as a social media platform is very opinionated. If The best way to use Twitter is to interact with your audience out there. Be mindful of what you write on Twitter for your brand or for yourself. And campaigns on Twitter are very complicated to run, because you might not know what is going to trend, or if that trend is going to work or not. So campaign hashtags, when we started with campaign hashtags, you will be seeing a lot of hashtags out there. It's been a long time since all social media platforms have hashtags, but hashtags evolved during the time of Twitter, because you had a trending page on Twitter where Twitter used to tell you the top 10 trending topics of the day. That's how hashtags evolved on social media. And when I was working with Mirror Now specifically, Mirror Now is a news channel, and being in a newsroom and handling social media was tiresome, to be really honest. Working with an editor with that stature and understanding how social media functions was a different ballgame altogether. Creating campaigns on social media used to be on the stories we used to pick. Or if there's a debate happening on television, we used to create that as a campaign. We used to give a unique hashtag and tweet about it on Twitter or on Facebook. And I specifically used to create those hashtags to understand if people are going to talk about it or not. So when we used to design specific hashtags, we used to keep it in mind that no one else on social media is using it. And once that hashtag is created, make sure that that hashtag is used again and again and again on social media, so that it amplifies on its own. So the campaigns that I'm going to talk about, I am going to show you during this call, is about a Twitter campaign that we started. There are two campaigns. One is a very serious campaign that we did, and one is a very fun campaign that we did on Twitter for Mirror Now. So the first campaign that I'm going to talk about is child locks in cabs. So since we were covering a lot of social issues for the channel, we decided to demonstrate how child locks can be activated in cab for to commit crimes against women. There was a case that happened back in 2017 where the woman in an Ola cab was raped because the child lock was activated. So we as a channel decided to create a campaign to request the state governments to remove child locks from cab aggregators like Ola and Uber. So the best way to, we decided the best way to take an approach for this campaign was to demonstrate on video how a child lock is actually activated in a cab. So I since I was a social media head for Mirror Now and the executive editor that time was Faye D'Souza, we decided to create a video for social media to demonstrate how a child lock is activated and how you should be safe and check if the child lock is activated or not when you board a cab. So I'm just going to share my screen. Maybe if you guys can see that video, it will be amazing. I think, Kshitija, you will have to make me the host so that I can share my screen.
Okay, just a sec. Can you?
Yeah, I can share it. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so here is the, just a second, guys. So just let me know if you guys can, Kshitija, can you let me know if my screen is visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, great. So this is a video that I shot with Faye and when we were demonstrating how a child lock is activated. I am just going to play this video.
That's crime happened. Ankit, the voice is very low.
Sorry?
The volume is very low. Can you do something for that?
Yeah.
And then murdered and found 2 days later. There's something very important we need to all realize about taxis. There is a definite data to suggest that most of the crimes that have happened against women in taxis have happened because the car was child locked. And if the car is child locked, as a passenger in the back seat, you cannot open the door and you cannot roll down the windows because the master switch for the windows is with the driver. Most of the cars that operate as taxis today are mid-range sedans, and most of them come with an automatic basic child lock facility. Here's what you can do, and here's what you must tell all of your family members to do. This is a taxi, for example, that we've called around. It's a standard vehicle. Now, before you get into that vehicle, here's what you can do. You open the door to get in. I'm going to ask how to come in. Here, this is the physical child lock facility. It's unlocked now. If it's pushed that way, it's locked. It's marked very clearly on all cars. Before you get into the car, check for this facility. If it is locked, this is what happens. You get in a child-locked car, you can only open the door from the outside, which means that the passenger in the back of the car is effectively trapped. There is only one way to stop it. Every time you get into a car that is not yours, you have to check for the switch. It will take a moment, but it is so important. Make sure that the switch is off. The other thing we are going to do as a channel at Mirror Now is ask for all state governments, and every state has to do it, is to put a sticker on the car, asking every passenger to check the child's lock and make sure the child lock is not on. The more important thing for the governments to do is to make sure that if a car is registered as a commercial vehicle or a taxi, the child lock is effectively taken away completely. Unnecessary in a taxi. You only need child locks in private cars. We appeal to the government to make this change, but I appeal to you to actually let as many of your family members know that this is an important thing.
Okay, can everyone hear me?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, so this was a video that we did in May 10, 2017, and this was just a very innocent initiative to check if this campaign is going to work and if the governments are going to hear or not. This video, when we posted, we received around 10,000 views. That time we had 290 retweets and we had so many comments talking about how this video is so helpful. We had some verified accounts talking about it. You can see a lot of comments here. We really had no idea that we really had no idea that this campaign is going to work or not for us. And we saw a lot of people retweeting the video, understanding that how grave and important this particular demonstration was. And the only mistake that as a channel we did not do is use our own watermark or the logo, like we call it, like a Mirror Now logo or the campaign hashtag in the video. It was just shot by me on my phone, and I just uploaded using the Mirror Now's account on Twitter. Because Twitter that time, every news media outlet are still active on Twitter, breaking any news, giving out information. Twitter always played an important role for news channels. So I just uploaded that video and I just posted it. And within an hour, we saw around 10,000 views, 10,000 views on Twitter and around more than 2 lakh views on Facebook. Instagram was not used so much that time because we didn't have the IGTV feature that time. So Twitter really worked well for us, and it became like a campaign. Hashtag child lock in cabs became as a campaign for Mirror Now. And after a week, we got an update from the state governments that certain state governments are going to ask Ola and Uber to remove child lock from their cabs. And that was an impact that we created using just a simple video. So that's how campaigns and hashtags are important, because it gets the audience talking about it if it's important, and gets attention, and it also gets attention from different media outlets, from government organizations. And this is what happened with this particular video. And since I didn't use the watermark of Mirror Now, it was shared by many different media outlets out there. And it's a very old tweet, so I'm not able to show you how other media outlets used it. But there were a lot of media outlets which just used the native video and started posting about it and made it even more viral. The campaign turned out to be successful. Where, like I said, the governments reached out to us saying that they are going to do something about it, and certain state governments took action of removing child lock in cabs. And just like how I measured this campaign is, I'm just going to share my screen. Yeah. And this is it. The video got nominated at Video Next Asia. It's a social media award platform where brands usually nominate their videos because it was viral. So we won this award. I won this award as a social media marketer because we won this for the most viral video during 2017 on the social media platforms. So campaigns like this really make a movement, really make a mark on a lot of people. And this is what I used to do at Mirror Now when it came to social media. I used to design campaigns with Faye to understand what is the urgent requirement, what we can do as a channel or just as a social media platform, how we can use the social media for our benefits and the nation's benefit, and also the social media's benefit, and how to create more brand awareness about this particular channel who is trying to do good work. After this video got really viral, we saw a lot of followers flowing in on our social media platforms. Faye received a lot of recognition about on her journalism. So it was not just Mirana who was getting the digital footprint attention, but it was also Faye D'Souza as an individual who was getting a lot of attention. So social media just doesn't work for the brand, but also people behind the brand who are working for it, on it, also get the same recognition. I, as an individual, when I started working with Times Network, when I started working for Mirror Now, I got a lot of recognition on social media because I was the only person handling social media. Every news outlet used to ask us if there's an agency that handles all the social media platforms for Mirror Now. And in all of the interviews, it just came out that it was just one person handling social media. So like I said, it was not just about the brand, but also as an individual, I started growing on social media. And then we did a very fun campaign. This came out of nowhere. We didn't think of making it as a campaign. And this is going to interest you guys because this revolves around Bollywood. I am sure some of you know Pelaj Nilani, who was a CBFC chief at certain point of time back in 2017 or 18. And there was a film which was supposed to release. The film's name was Jab Harry Met Sejal. And there was a word that was used in the trailer of the film, which was intercourse. And because of the word intercourse, Pelaj Nilani decided to give a UA certificate rather than giving a U certificate. We as a channel went to him and asked him why is intercourse such a bad word that you had to give a UA certificate rather than giving a U certificate. And he gave us a very weird answer. He gave us he was very arrogant while giving the answer. And he challenged us on camera that if Mirror Now gets us 1 lakh votes so just 1 lakh votes, I will change the certification. And from UA, I will make a U certificate rather than doing a UA certification. So when that bite played on TV, I was the first person to cut that video and put it on social media. And then we had a lot of editors, and Faye also came down and spoke about that we should do something about it. It's not just a challenge, but we should take it as a challenge and maybe deliver 1 lakh votes and then see what happens. And that's where the campaign for #Sanskari Nilani was born by our channel. That video went viral again. It was 44,000 views just on Twitter, and Facebook 2 million views, 3 million views. I don't even remember. It's back in 2017 or 18. So, but on Twitter, when we started the hashtag called #Sanskari Nilani, and with that same video, we received a lot of positive comments. Like we received a lot of comments from celebrities. We received a lot of comments from news outlets saying that they were congratulating us that let Mirror Now, we should support Mirror Now in getting 1 lakh votes. We should support this. We should like intercourse is not a bad word. Because of just one word, the movie is being passed with the UA certificate. It should be passed with the U certificate. So again, I'm going to share my screen and I will just show you the campaign, what we really did. This is the poll that we started for this particular challenge that we received from Pelaj Nilani. And like you see, this was a poll, and that time Mirror Now's Twitter account didn't have more than 10,000 followers. Right now it's at 1 lakh followers, and in 2017 we didn't even have 10,000 followers. Only our page was verified. So when you see this particular poll, you will see this is written by me. So is intercourse acceptable? Pelaj Nilani asked Mirror Now for 1 lakh votes to clear Jab Harry Met Sejal. And we tagged I am SRK. We thought that if we tag Shah Rukh Khan, he might retweet it or something like that. So we took that risk. And if you see, we have received more than 1,20,000, we have received more than 1,28,000 votes. And the poll was run for 7 days. Uh, Now you ask, how did you receive 1 lakh votes? What did you do to receive 1 lakh votes? So like I mentioned, since Times Television Network is a huge company and it has a lot of brands under the umbrella, all these retweets have been from those major brands. So even Times Now retweeted it. It was Zoom who retweeted it. It was Romedy Now, Movies Now. There are Times of India, Bombay Mirror, Pune Mirror. Everyone retweeted this single tweet just to get 1 lakh votes. And it was completely organic. It reached out to a lot of celebrities. Even they started talking about it, retweeted this particular campaign. And within the first 4 days, we had reached 1 lakh votes. We decided to sit on it. We decided to not do anything right now. We decided to, like, let's get more than 1 lakh votes, because if you see, there are 20% people who voted for no, and there are 79% people who voted for yes. So we wanted 1 lakh votes who just clicked on yes. So we waited for it. And you will see a lot of people, Jose, you will see so Nidhi Razdan, you will see Chetan Bhattacharya, you will see Karthik Dayanand. All these people will, and all of those Shah Rukh Khan fans started tagging Shah Rukh Khan fan accounts on Twitter. So that's how we got even more votes for it. So yeah, so after getting around more than 1,28,000 votes, we went to Pelash to ask, like, now we've got 1 lakh votes. Now what are you going to do about it? Are you going to change your certification from UA to U? And again, we got a very viral video after that. And we got a meme-worthy video after when we went back to him after giving him that, now you've got 1 lakh votes, now you can change the certification. And the response was very hilarious. I'm going to play that video.
So since you asked for the 1 lakh votes, we got the votes now. Like, what is your reaction?
Please don't follow me. Don't follow me.
Sir, I just wanted to know that since you asked for 1 lakh votes, like we got Mirana has successfully gained 1 lakh votes. Now, what do you want to say about this? So the youth wants to know, sir. Everyone is asking for your reaction. Please answer. So we are just waiting for your one reaction. For 1 week, we were just working on the story, and we just want to know that 1 lakh votes are here with us, and people are saying that this word should be there in the movie, and people are accepting it. What is your take on that, sir? So you asked for the votes, we got the votes for you. So now what? It's about the future, sir. Every movie, there is one censorship on every word.
So yeah, this was a video that we shot. I mean, our journalist went, and she was an intern actually. She was not even on the payroll. Because she started this story, and she went back to Pelash and I to ask that, now that we've received 1 lakh votes, now what is your reaction? And that was his reaction. It turned out to be a very funny meme. We got a lot of meme reaction. People created a lot of memes about Pelash, and he didn't change the certification. It was still passed as the US certificate, and that's why. But we got the conversation going about why intercourse as a word can be used for a UA certificate just for that single word. So that is another campaign, which was a fun campaign that we did for Mirror Now. And apart from that, my experience in handling social media has always been on the job. Social media, like I said, is always evolving. You have certain features which always arrive after a month or after a year. Using Instagram Reels, Instagram Stories, because Instagram Stories was not even present because Snapchat started doing it. After Snapchat introduced Snapchat Stories, Instagram took on the feature, and then it got passed on to Facebook, and then it got passed on to WhatsApp. Uh, on stories, you might see a lot of stories of your friends, but also when you keep on checking stories, you will also see a lot of ads out there. And you will see a lot of ads related to clothing. You will see a lot of ads related to uh, education systems. You will see a lot of ads running on food items, or if you have a pet, you will see a lot of ads running on pet supplies, or a doctor who is planning to establish his practice out in that particular location. Like right now, there's a campaign running for some Mrs. Supermodel or something like that, and it's only running in Pune. It's all happening in Pune. So the major target audience for that particular ad campaign was set to Pune. So people in Pune must have seen some or the other ads related to some fashion show that is happening in Pune, or if there's an event that is happening in Pune. Only those people in Pune are targeted. Not whole of India is going to be targeted on it. So that's how Instagram story ads usually work. If you are a music producer, if you are a singer, if you are a songwriter, if you make music, the best way to use social media is to create videos. Uh, I have seen people, I have seen musicians, I have seen sound producers who are not really interested and not take so and they don't take social media seriously. My brother himself is a singer, and the way he uses social media is something that I would not do. He doesn't create content just for social media. He was just going to promote one or two videos that he has uploaded on YouTube, on social media, and that is the route that I won't take. If you, this is just an example that if you are a singer, if you are making music, make a video out of it, or you can use graphics to make videos out of it, and you can post them on social media. You can send it out to your friends, you can send it out to brands who are out there, because at the end of the day, you are looking for recognition, you are looking for that one break where your work, your talent gets recognized by someone. So if I'm a digital creator, and I think that I've created really good content, I would definitely make sure that I take that extra mile and share it with people who I know, and ask them to share it with the people they know. That's how organic social media campaigning, organic social media advertising works. And advertising on social media is very vast. Even if you don't use money to make ads on social media, but putting something on social media itself is something known as advertisement. So if it's a video, if you are dancing in that video, if you're talking about an issue on that video, or if you are like if you're a singer or a music producer, or it's your own rendition, you are putting out on social media, that's advertising. That's simple and basic advertising, which you are using for receiving recognition about the work that you've done. So that's the way, that's how you can use it organically for a brand that you handle or yourself. Social media, like Instagram right now is very booming. Since we don't have TikTok, there's a ban on TikTok. We don't use TikTok anymore. Instagram Reels has taken over. You have other social media platforms like MX Takatak, you have Chingari, you have uh, then there is Tiki. There are so many other apps out there which are UGC apps. UGC means user generated content. So these are all UGC based social media platforms, and people are getting recognition. Brands are using those particular social media platforms to run ads. So none of the social media platforms that I mentioned except apart from Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all Tiki, Chingari, your Moj, your MX Takata. These are really well-known social media platforms that people use for their own good. Now we have a different rival called as Clubhouse. Clubhouse was a brainchild of an Indian guy and someone who was not Indian. People were so obsessed by looking good, talking nicely on videos, and there are a lot of people who are not comfortable in facing the camera. So Clubhouse was that brainchild where people feel safe, and the only medium that people can use on that particular app is your voice. And that's how Clubhouse came into picture. Now, if you see, there are a lot of people who are using Clubhouse. There are a lot of celebrities who are using Clubhouse to talk about issues, hosting events on Clubhouse. Like at CMedu also, then we have an SPC club, which is a CMedu photography club, which has events on Clubhouse, where you don't have to show your face, where you don't have to be in front of a camera, where I don't have to use a ring light. I just have to keep my phone down and talk about something which is dear to you, which is important to you. I'm sure a lot of people here use Clubhouse. A lot of people here who don't use Clubhouse. Clubhouse is a very good platform to voice your opinions, to take part in events, to take active participation in issues which you like. And also, it's very good for marketing. It's very good for good as a social for a brand to market their own products on Clubhouse. Where if given an example, I have started my own pet supply company, and I want to use Clubhouse as a social media. I want to use Clubhouse as a social media promotion. What would I do in that particular sense? I don't want to be on camera. I don't want to record a video. I don't want to do the basic Instagram, the basic Facebook. I don't want to do that. But I want to have the human interaction. But I still want to market my particular brand. I want to still market my particular product that I am trying to manufacture. My Clubhouse becomes my home. Clubhouse becomes that social media platform for me, where I host an event talking about pets, talking about problems that pets go through because they cannot speak. And that's how I create this huge event on Clubhouse. I share it with my friends, and those friends can invite other friends who have pets. And that's how that event happens on Clubhouse. And then shamelessly, I plug in my product and talk about my product. That this is the product that can really help your pet. This is the product that can really fix a problem in your pet. This is the food that you should give to your pet. Maybe try this particular brand that I have created. Maybe it let me know if this brand, if this particular food can help your pet, or is there any difference? So that's how you can use a social media platform like Clubhouse for marketing. And this is just an example. Like I said, I mentioned about a pet supply. People even use Clubhouse to create singing competitions. People sing. I've seen a lot of people, a lot of Clubhouse groups where singers and music producers and musicians, music arrangers use Clubhouse to showcase their talent, and there is no camera involved, and there are a lot of people join on Clubhouse and listen to you, and it's a basic human interaction that we have been missing on other social media platforms, and it makes us an inch closer. And if they really like your work, they will message you on your other social media platforms. And now that you have messages on Clubhouse as well, they can directly message you on Clubhouse. And you have all the major celebrities out there on Clubhouse, because even celebrities are now bored using the same old video-based format of influencing or talking about an issue. Clubhouse has become this very easy social media platform. You just like create an event, host it, talk about what you want to talk about, promote whatever you've been doing, and you will see results on your other social media platforms or on Clubhouse. And that's how the network grows. That's how your network or your brand's network grows. And this is not just as an individual. Even if you are a brand, if you're handling a brand, Clubhouse can be a very good social media platform to promote your brand. Like for journalists, if you are from a media channel or if you are from a news channel, or a news outlet or a digital news outlet. You can host events on Clubhouse, and that has been happening. And you can see a lot of people subscribing to that particular digital news agency, like News Minute, like News Laundry, like Scroll, The Quint. You will see a lot of these media outlets hosting events on Clubhouse, and you will see, and what are they getting out of it? They are getting subscriptions. They are getting people to come on their particular website to read about that story, to gain more digital footprints on their particular website. So Clubhouse is a really good platform, but Clubhouse has rivals. Now, Twitter has ticketed spaces. It's the same like Clubhouse where people can talk. So Twitter has that feature. Facebook also has that feature now where you can host an event which is just audio based. So whichever social media platform you want to use for your brand or for yourself, make sure you understand what is your target audience. Understand which particular area that I want to target, what is the age group that I want to target? Is it from 18 to 24? Is it a middle-aged audience, which is 24 to 35, or above that? To define that, you need to understand what kind of content you are creating. If it's a funny content, if it's serious content, or it's something news related, what particular target audience is going to be enticed with that particular content. Like again, I'll go back to the example. We created a campaign which was child lock in cabs, which was very serious, which was very important as a channel and also as a social media campaign. But whereas Sanskari, the Pelaj Lali or the Jab Harry Met Sejal campaign was very funny. It wasn't that important, but the conversation was important. The conversation about a single word. Why is it so objectionable that the film is going to be passed with a UA certificate rather than be passed with a single U certificate? So both of those campaigns worked really well. We as a brand were targeting everyone, the young audience, the audience who are mature and understand issues, who give a lot of importance to social issues and civic issues. These were the two target audiences that we as a brand had during when I used to work for Mirror now. So these were the campaigns which really worked for us, and there were different campaigns which also worked, which I don't have it to show to you right now. But there was petrol hike. Petrol hike has been happening for years now, and we did a campaign on petrol price hike, hashtag petrol price hike. It was a trending topic on Twitter. We took it up on Mirror now. We did debates. We made sure that the conversation was ongoing on Twitter. We made sure that the conversation was ongoing on Facebook. We made sure that we did an explainer video on why how much tax as an individual you pay on petrol. And we used to make explainer videos. Like Faye was a finance journalist, and we saw a lot of we did a research where we understood that a lot of young people who just started their careers don't give so much importance on saving money, or rely on their parents to save money, and the basic same old track ways of saving money, which is an FD or an RD. So we made a point that we'll make an explainer series for youngsters who've just started their careers. What are the different ways that they can start saving their money, which can just start from 500 rupees per month, and how you can see your money grow from a very young age. So these are the campaigns. This is what we decided. These are the target audiences. These are the topics that we want to cover. And this is how we are going to get more traction on our social media pages. All of these campaigns, like the petrol price hike, the Bombay potholes, youngsters saving money, all of these campaign work for us because it is important. It is something that receives more attention on social media, and people talk about it, and people have opinions about it. So that is why these campaigns work. And for students like you who've just started learning about media, who just are interested into media, who are from different backgrounds altogether, start using social media not just for updating your social profiles or making clicking photos and posting them. Right now is the chance, because right now there's a lot of competition, and everyone wants to become a digital creator. There'll be a lot of people who want to become music producers, a lot of people who want to become digital journalists, a lot of people who want to become filmmakers. How is that you can use social media right now and gain momentum? Is by giving out opinions, is by talking about things that matter to you, showcasing your talent. That is the prime thing that you can do. Create content for your social media. Be consistent on how social media can really function for you. Understand what is your target audience, like I mentioned. Target audience could be your youngsters and your middle-aged people. Using WhatsApp. WhatsApp is not just a messenger anymore. It's not just a platform where you exchange texts with each other. WhatsApp also becomes this very prime important thing in our lives where we share links with other people about showcasing your talent. Use it. Create a broadcast list. Use it for showcasing something that you've posted on another social media platform. Now, when it comes to YouTube, YouTube is the most complicated, most difficult social media platform for a newbie, for a digital creator who doesn't have so much of experience. YouTube is the most difficult social media platform when it comes to ease. It's not an easy social media platform. You require a lot of investment when you are on YouTube, and the main focus is YouTube. So YouTube requires a lot of investment. Like you require a proper gear, a recording gear, like a camera. You will require proper mics to record your voice. You will require an editing software, which is not cheap. If you like, I was checking Final Cut Pro. It is 25,000 rupees on an app store. And I don't have that kind of money. But people who want to become digital creators or showcase their particular work on YouTube, you will require a certain amount of investment. And if you have that investment, good for you. And but once YouTube starts gaining momentum, your channel starts getting momentum, then there is no stopping. It's an addictive machine where you will start creating more videos to push more content on YouTube. And that's how your channel grows. That's how your other social media profiles also grow. And when I say your other social media profile grows, this is for all the social media platforms that you are using. If you are very active on Instagram and you just created your own channel on YouTube, you can redirect your Instagram audience to that particular channel. Or you can broadcast your YouTube channel on WhatsApp, and that's how you gain more people on your YouTube channel. Then on Facebook, if you have a Facebook page, you can share your YouTube channel link on Facebook, and that's how you get more subscribers on YouTube. So they talk to each other. You also use it for your own benefit by sharing links with each other, and that's how your social media growth and the brand social media growth also evolves. So with YouTube, you will see ads. You will see a lot of ads whenever you play a video, a 5-second ad or a 15-second ad, which is unskippable. Then you will also see in today's age, you will also see music videos which are run as ads. You will see if you've played a video of a different artist, but you will see the first ad you will see for a different artist, and it's a 3-minute long video. Why? Because ads is the way that people generate revenue on social media, which we call as monetization. If your video gets a lot of views, you will start receiving money through YouTube, through Google. And mind you, when I say this, that you will start earning money using YouTube, is that the content has to be original. The content is not copyrighted. If I'm using a song from a different film for my own content, you're not going to gain any money out of it. It is your original content. It is your original thought process or whatever video you're creating. If it's a journalist who's creating a video on a particular story that someone that you are covering and putting it on YouTube, yes, you are eligible to for monetization. And you can also run them as ads if you want to. I know it's very complicated how to run ads on YouTube. It's a very basic thing. If you just go on YouTube, click on ads, and you will get an option that which is the video that you want to create an ad on. You will see a lot of parameters, the same Facebook, the way Facebook functions, the same way YouTube functions, the same way Instagram functions, creating your target audience, using the same interests, and then you can run an ad. If you are a brand, if you're working for a brand, again, let's take an example of, let's say if you're working for a music label, if you're working for a music label and you want to create an ad on YouTube, there's a video of 3 minutes. You can run it as an ad, and that is where you go on YouTube, select YouTube ads, put in certain parameters, the interest audience, the location, the interests, because your music maybe is not Bollywood, it is basically rock. So people who are interested in rock music, you will select those interests, electronic rock. I'm sorry, I'm not well versed with rock, but you will select those particular parameters, and then you can run an ad. People who are looking for rock music on YouTube, that ad will be targeted to them on YouTube. And they will keep on seeing it until unless they don't click it. And until unless your campaign is running. Some or the other time they are going to click it and they are going to land on your particular channel. That's how YouTube ads function for a brand. And for individuals, like I mentioned, if you have the budget, if you have the money, you can create an ad. And if you don't have the money, if you don't have no budget whatsoever, what you can do is the same old organic route, share links on other social media platforms, share your work on other social media platforms, share it with people who you know, who are closer to you. And that's how your social media presence can grow, or the brand's social media presence can grow. Let me go back to Mirror Now. Mirror Now didn't have marketing money. We didn't have a budget to spend on social media. We didn't have, because we as a channel were very small and it was an experiment. Because we had times now we wanted to create a new channel which used to talk about, which never talked about politics, but talked about civic issues and social issues. So the marketing guys told us right away that we don't have any money to put it on social media. Do whatever you want to do, and let's see how the results are after a quarter or a year. For us, it became so important that we work on our content. We work on what are we putting out on social media. Is it just news, or is it news that actually matter to people? That was our focus. We'll put news that matter to people. We'll put our opinions that matter to people. We'll make campaigns that matter to people, that is important for people. And that is how within a year, we received a lot of attention on social media. Faye D'Souza as an individual became a brand on social media. Right now, if you see, Faye doesn't work at a news outlet. She doesn't have no collaboration with any of the news agencies out there. She left TV journalism back in 2019. I left Mirror Now in 2018. Right now, she's on social media. I'm sure at least there are 59 participants. I'm sure at least 10 of them follow Faye on social media. Right now, she's posting news on social media. Right now, she's making videos related to news on social media. She's using her YouTube channel to create news. She's using Twitter to give out her opinions and the videos that she's made for YouTube. You will see how she's evolved as a brand. I'm not saying that she's an individual anymore. She has an agency that handles her. She has, as a personality, she's very huge. She's become huge after Mirror Now came into picture. So social media has become a very important aspect in her life. She's using social media daily to create videos. She's investing in proper gears to create videos, to create news bulletins for Instagram, IGTV, and YouTube. So you see, even though she's not part of a news agency or she's not associated with any company, she's stuck on social media, and she is going to be stuck on social media because her main target audience is not the middle-aged people. The main target audience is the youngsters. And who uses social media even more? youngsters, and now even the middle-aged audience. So that is how she's targeting the young audience first, and that is how the middle-aged audience get to know about someone who is social, who is paid D'Souza and using Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube for creating news. So it's a strategy, basic strategy. Like when we started building our social media handles, no one knew about us. What we were doing, because we had Times Now, which was a very huge channel that time. We had Arnab Goswami, who was heading Times Now. Then he left in 2016, and then 2017 or 18 he launched his own Republic channel. But we as a channel of course wanted attention on our social media handles on our particular channel, and that's where social media came into picture. Because when we created campaigns on social media was not giving us any revenue. What was giving us revenue? People who are switching on to our channel and watching the 8 p.m. or the 9 p.m. debate and getting us TRPs and TVRs, right? So social media became a very important aspect where we were pushing out these videos, and that enticed them to switch on to TV and watch it live, whatever was happening. And that showed. Because of social media, our TRPs increased, our TVRs increased, and we as a channel started getting more recognition in the TV business. So so social media is not just about making your social media presence grow, but also the brand that you're working for, and the return on investment that we say, ROI. What was the return of investment? What did I do after putting that video? Did I receive anything, something important? Yes, I did. I made the people, the audience, to go switch on TV and watch my channel. And that's how I gained more TVRs, and I started getting more sponsorship on my news shows and on my debate shows. That was the outcome. That is how I measured my campaigns. I'm sorry I spoke for around more than 2 hours. If you have any questions, please let me know. I am ready to answer them. There are some other aspects I am also going to discuss, but there's a lot of information that I gave out there. But please do let me know.
Students, the session is open for questions. I definitely have one question, but let's see if anyone wants to ask anything. Otherwise, I'll go.
I have something to ask, but it's kind of off topic, but you might have an idea, which is why I want to ask. So I see these YouTube videos regularly, and there's this thing a guy is doing where he, like, when the video is about to end, he takes about a minute long section where he plays music and he calls it music ads. And I've never seen that before. Do you know what that is about? If you like, I could share my screen and you would get a clearer picture. But I'm really curious as to how it works, because I've never seen that form of ad.
So it's on YouTube. So he has a music, he has a music video, and then at the end of it, he has a music ad.
No.
That's what I'm mentioning?
It's a compilation channel. So basically, there's this game called Apex Legends, and the highlights that come out of the streamers and stuff, he takes those highlights and he compiles it in one video, which is why people watch it, and it's really it's an explosive form of content, because a lot of views come to his channel. So he has started doing this thing where he used to play music in the background, and now he has actually started labeling that part where he says that these are music ads.
Okay, music ads. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I've not checked out this profile, but what I can tell you is maybe this person is interested in music, and he was always interested in music, but he was also interested in something else. And he came up with a strategy of promoting his music. Does he create his own music, the music that plays in the background?
I'm sure that's normal, copyrighted music, because first of all, he's just a compiler, and secondly, it's a lot of music. How can someone make that amount of music,
Okay,
I'm sure it is. He's branding it for someone, but I've never seen that.
Okay, a music ad.
Can I share my screen?
Yeah, sure. If Kshitija can allow it.
Yeah, sure. See, Prabhav, can you share the screen?
Right. Is it visible?
Not yet.
It should be, right?
Yeah, now.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah. So these are his videos, and like he starts with, he has a very good form of this thing. But basically what he does is, when the video is about to end, there's a section where this happens. And he calls it music ads. And it doesn't make sense. How is he making money out of it?
If it's
And-
a copyrighted material, he might not know. He's not making money out of it.
But like, why put music then in the first place? Like, what good does it do?
I am not sure why is he using music as music ads, because this is the first time I'm actually seeing it. I've heard
Probably paying him to put his music in that video.
maybe the
Like, not his music, like whoever's paying that person.
yeah, maybe the music that he is
Someone.
using is the person who made this music is paying him to use this particular music for his video.
Right.
That is the way that he's earning money, because I think he has more than 40,000 subscribers, and now he is trying to bank on those 40,000 subscribers by enticing music producers and singers or people who are making music, asking those people that you can share your music with me for a certain fee. I'm going to feature it on my particular video later after the streaming is ended.
Right.
That is why he's using that particular thumbnail, that particular section as music ads. Like if someone likes that particular music, someone can comment on it, and then he directs them to that particular person or that particular music link.
Right.
That preserves the continuity of the videos. You don't have to like leave the video and go to a different ad that's pre-recorded by someone in a production house and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you can just have
I
whatever
see
the
what you
background
mean.
is, and then
What he used to do was like, he would play the clips, but then the music was still playing, which was even more annoying. So I think this is the better way to do it. But yeah. Right. Thanks for your insight, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
There's one question in comment section.
Okay.
So Pradyumna is asking, do you have any strategy before releasing a content, like hyping it up before the actual release of the content?
Okay. I'm not sure what kind of content you're talking about. Can I get to know which student are you? Are a sound engineering student or a filmmaking student? Then I can give you an exact strategy of how to hype your content.
He is a sound student.
Okay. So if you are a sound student and if you've created music and you want to promote it on social media, the first thing that you do is create a poster. And creating a poster is very easy these days by using a software called Canva, which is free online. And you make it personal. The music that you've created, make it personal. Give out a personal story. Why did you create that music? What made you make this particular piece of music? Create a poster out of it, write about it in the post copy and post it. That's the first thing that you will do. The second thing is that if you've created a 3-minute long music or a 1-minute long music, give a teaser. Teaser could be should not be more than 10 seconds or 15 seconds. The second post will be that this is a teaser that I'm sharing of my new music. The music will be shared later, but this is the 15-second teaser that I want to share it with you guys. And just and you might ask, if I don't have 1,000 followers, if I don't have 2,000 followers on Instagram, how is it going to create a hype? Then you use, like I said, use WhatsApp, use Facebook, use Twitter, use message people on WhatsApp, message people on Instagram that this is my new work. Tell me how do you like it or not, or make sure that you comment or like it. This is the organic way of creating a hype. The third is that you, after the music is created and you are ready to publish it on social media, do it. And then keep a Q&A session. talk about your music, why did you create it, and interact with the audience that you have. Around 4 to 5 posts about that one particular content that you've created is going to work wonders for any social media strategy. I hope I was helpful in whatever I said, because I know a lot of people who create music and struggle in social media strategy, and they don't know sometimes how to use it. When they come up to me, I tell them that even if it's a 3-minute video, even if it's a 3-minute music piece that you've created, you've taken you put your heart and soul into it, and you don't know how to promote it, you will feel if you will feel demotivated. So these are the things that you can do, and most important thing is that interact with your audience. That is how you gain more audience, and also you create more loyalty for the music or the content that you are creating.
Pradyumna, I hope Ankit has answered. Yeah.
Yeah, welcome.
So Ankit, what I wanted to ask was, how do you see Reddit as social media for Indian audiences, specifically from advertisement point of view?
Reddit is very expensive when it comes to ads. Even brands like Reddit is again a very opinionated social media platform where people share theories, where people share opinions, where people basically have random things to talk about. It's a very important social media platform because it's very popular in the US, and also it's gaining a lot of momentum in India. Uh, and it's just writing something personal, writing something which is opinion based, talking about a TV show, or talking about an artist that they like, or talking about school, or talking about an education system. Because people come up with pseudonyms, and you will not find so much of brands out there on Reddit, because it's very personal. Reddit as a social media platform is very personal. So running ads on Reddit is very expensive, because Reddit as a social media platform also understands that if they if they start earning revenue using ads, people are going to leave that social media platform, like what happened with Facebook. Now you won't see a lot of people going on Facebook and sharing things. Reddit is very personal in that sense. So running ads on Reddit is not a problem, but running ads on Reddit and depends upon products that you want to promote. Um, if it's a food product, or if it's a journal, if it's something related to filmmaking, those ads won't work on Reddit. If it's an educational system, if it's an educational based company, it might work. You might find leads on it. It all depends upon what matters, because people on Reddit do talk about issues which matter to a lot of people, or find a safe space to talk about that particular topic. So even for that matter, Discord is also very personal. I was doing some research on how marketers are using Discord. Right now, Discord is not heavily ad promoted right now, because it's fairly new, and people who are gamers are streaming on Discord and using Discord. Once it starts gaining momentum, then that particular social media platform will start evolving. So right now, creating ads on Reddit and creating ads on Discord is not going to give anything out there.
Anybody else? Anybody wants to ask anything?
What would be your opinion on having one profile with different niches, or different accounts for different niches as a digital creator with not a large audience? That's a very good question, Ishita. So having one profile is sufficient. Like, I know a lot of people do that. Even I have done that. I have created one public profile. I have created one private profile. But I don't use that private profile a lot. I don't even have more than 200 followers on that profile. I'm talking about Instagram. And on the public profile that I have more than 6,000 followers on Instagram. I've kept both of them open. I do a lot of videos related to, I dance a lot, so I make dancing videos. I speak about equal rights, so I make a lot of opinion-based videos. Uh, I talk about issues which matter to people, so I make a videos on that. I do brand sponsorship, so I make videos on that or create content on that. So there are four things that I've covered. I'm using the same single social media profile. People who interact with you need to understand that what is your niche, and you can have more than one niche. It's not just that this is your only niche and this is what you can only do. That is why I'm on your profile. So keep only one profile. The other profile that you use can be a backup account that you can redirect those 6,000 followers, 5,000 followers, and tell them that, sorry, I'm not using that account anymore. Now come to this account, and this is where I'm doing all the content, and all my talent showcase is happening on this account. That you can keep as a backup profile or a private account. I hope that I made sense. So as a digital creator, keep one account only. Do whatever you feel like doing. Don't create a niche. Try dabbling with other content that you like to do. You're welcome. Any other questions that I can take, or Shudra, do you have any other question? I also know that you also have been well versed with social media as a prior experience.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, what about small business? Should I have a different account for that? Okay. So if you are a digital creator, if you are a brand, if you're starting your own brand on social media, make sure that your Instagram profile, all your social media profiles have a business account. Even WhatsApp, for that matter, has a WhatsApp business account where you can create catalogs, where you can create links, and the moment someone texts you on WhatsApp, your catalog goes to them. So make sure if you have even if you have a small business, all your accounts are switched to business accounts, and make use of those tools and resources that Instagram or Facebook or WhatsApp offers. And even on Facebook, for that matter, now you have that account, you have that feature that you can post about where you can book a particular artist, you can schedule an appointment with a particular artist, you can sell something on Instagram. There's a shop feature on Instagram. So make sure that if you are a creator, if you are showcasing your talent, make sure it is switched to a business account, like a digital creator account, or a personal, don't create a personal blog account, create a public figure account, or an artist account. You have all those labels on Instagram and Facebook, and not on WhatsApp, but on Instagram and Facebook. So how can someone grow as photographer on Instagram? I think that's a very good question, but also a very easy one to answer. As a photographer, if you're on Instagram, the basic thing that you can do is click photos, post them on Instagram, tag accounts, like you have accounts. There are a lot of photographers out there on Instagram who are using Instagram as their main business venture, where you can tag these accounts. You can gain attention through using the right hashtags. If it's a black and white photograph, make sure those kind of hashtags are used in that particular post. Do a Q&A session, record videos. It's not that a photographer cannot record a video about him shooting a photograph. Make it personal. With whatever you post on social media, make it personal as possible. What do you feel about that particular photograph? What is that people can relate to? And interact with your audience. How much ever comments you get, how much ever you like, how much ever likes you get on that particular post, make sure you reply to each and every comment that you received. That makes it more personal. And like I mentioned, start sharing your particular post and particular photo on other social media platforms as well. Just don't stick to Instagram. You can also make, you can stitch all the photos that you've made into a video for YouTube. You can use them for Instagram Reels. You can use it for Twitter. Even people on Twitter use photographers on Twitter post photographs. So you can even use Twitter for that using the right hashtags. Hashtags are important. Commenting on each and every comment that you get is important. Make sure you check your DMs for any messages. Make sure you reply to each one of them. And that's how you can grow on social media, having the personal connect with people. I started daily posting on Instagram, but the reach of my posts seemed to only lower over the period. So what happens with Instagram is that Instagram is removing all the bot followers, and also what happens is when you are not consistent, if you are not consistent in creating content, if you're not consistently putting your content on social media, then what happens is
Ankit, we suddenly can't hear you. I don't know why it's happening.
just a
Yeah.
second.
Now you're
It's
audible.
okay now? Okay, great. I'm just receiving a call. Just a second. Sorry for that. So I was saying interacting with your audience is very important. And when I was saying you start losing followers is because you might not be consistent with creating content. You might not be posting or interacting with your audience or that particular follower on your Instagram or your Facebook or wherever you are. So make sure, that is why I said that talking to them, sharing the posts that you've created on Instagram, sharing to them personally makes a difference. So do that. And that's how you will see a paradigm shift in your social media accounts. Sir, any tips for beginners who are planning to create content on social media account? The tip that I'm going to give, like I mentioned in my first statement, was define your content. What kind of content you want to create? Experiment a lot. So if like an example, I started creating content when I was 21 years old. Now I'm 27. I'm going to turn 28. I since I loved dancing, I started creating dancing videos. And once I gained a lot of followers, I gained a lot of audience on my social media platforms. Though the second thing that enticed me more to talk about was equal rights. So I started creating equal rights based videos for social media. Uh, and that is how I started even getting those kind of followers who are interested in equal rights, who are interested in dancing. That's how you get followers. My basic first tip for creators and beginners is don't do everything. Stick to one thing for at least a while, and then dabble with content, different content buckets that can help you reach your social media goal. And make sure that your content is great, because at the end of the day, content is key. Whatever you create on social media, it has to be of utmost relevance and importance. So even if you're making a music out of it, make sure that the music is great and it's just not mediocre work. If you are a beginner, make sure that you mention it that I'm a beginner, let me know, or give me some feedback, ask for feedback on social media. That's how you will see more people connecting with you or giving you advices, even if the advices don't matter to you. But asking them for advice, asking them for feedback using social media posts can really help you grow your social media accounts. uh, Hello, sir. What are your views on YouTube then versus now, especially growing on film and vlogging content? Also, what if you post that videos on other social media platforms like Instagram? Uh, if you are a vlogger, if you're making great vlogging content and you already have a YouTube account, which is doing really well, that's amazing. And if you want to use the same video on other social media platforms, you can do so. There is no problem in doing that. Instagram has IGTV, so you can use your vlogging content on Instagram. And if you have this in mind that I want a different audience on Instagram for the same blogging content that I'm making, You can edit those blogging content into short form videos, like 30-second or 1 minute videos, and post them as a teaser or as a trailer on Instagram, and ask them to view the full video on YouTube. That is how your Instagram audience can also switch to YouTube and subscribe to you. And also the YouTube people can come over to Instagram and see what other content or other short form content that you are making. Because nowadays, I'll tell you, the audience retention is way too less. Way too less. People, if you're making a 15-second video, people will only watch, not watch more than 5 seconds of it. Or people who are ardent fans of your content will definitely watch the full video. But the audience retention nowadays is just like swiping up. In social media accounts have made it so easy to just discard what you're seeing on your screen and just go to another content. So make sure that your content that you are creating is very powerful in the first 2 seconds. Whatever you're posting catches the eye of the audience. And what kind of content will catch the eye, you will understand when you start creating content. Experiment with your own content, and that is how you'll understand what kind of content works on which social media platforms. Like I mentioned, like Facebook is a dead audience right now. For Instagram, short form content will work really well. On YouTube, now you have YouTube Shorts. So even YouTube now has a short form based content platform, which is called as YouTube Shorts. It's available on the YouTube app. If you'll see people creating a lot of short form videos. So even there you can create short form videos. And if you're a vlogger or a blogger, or if you're an influencer, if you are a journalist, you can use YouTube for your own benefit. You can make long form content, and you will see once the channel gets momentum, you will start receiving a fan base. You will see a lot of people talking to you on YouTube, and then you can redirect them to Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, where you want to create your social media accounts. You want to grow your social media accounts even more. Do we have any other questions? So I currently have a well-established account for books. I have around 1K on it, and the audience is interactive. I want to start posting my singing videos too. So Ishita, I'm sure that people who love reading books, and your page is established for reading books. You can ask them using your Instagram account, would you like to watch some singing videos too? Or would you like to watch content about music? And if they are interested in listening to music, if they're interested to see you singing songs, you will understand, you will get an idea what kind of audience you have on your particular social media account. And even though the audience is not interested in your singing videos, make sure you don't create another social media profile for that particular content. Post it on the same social media profile, post on the same Instagram account. The moment you start posting it, you will see other people logging into your account, other people following. People who are interested in singing will start following you on Instagram. And that's how your audience of books and your audience of singing will be on the same social media profile.
Anything else, guys? Okay, if you want, even if you think that बाद में कुछ question आएगा, तो I can share Ankit's email ID with you all, so that maybe if you have any question, you can ask him over the mail.
Absolutely.
Sure. Anybody wants to ask anything or wants to share any experience?
And I might also add here that
Sure.
I have basically spoken about social media as a whole. I have not just talked about campaigns. I have not talked about campaign management, because it's a very vast topic when it comes to campaign management, because the brands you work for have different goals. Like if I'm working for, like I work for a news channel, I worked for another TV channel, which was Epic Channel. Epic Channel had a different way of doing campaigns. So the campaign structure will always keep changing with whoever you work. So that is why I didn't discuss campaign management. The same thing is that whenever you are doing a campaign, remember there is certain goal that you have to keep in mind, that if I'm doing this campaign, मुझे रिटर्न में ये चाहिए, क्या चाहिए वो डिफाइन आपको ही करना है, इसलिए मैं ये कैंपेन करना चाहता हूँ. If you want more people to visit your website, you will create a campaign. If you want more people to switch on to the TV channel, you will create a social media campaign. If you want more people to buy products from you or book you as an artist, you will create a social media campaign for it. So social media campaign management is very different than social media advertising, because social media advertising is basically more about brand awareness, and campaign management is something that you want to get out of it. And I'm sure people know there is something called as digital marketing also. Digital marketing and social media marketing are not the same at all. Social media marketing is different. Digital marketing is different. Digital marketing revolves around SEO, which is search engine optimization, SEM, search engine management, and your digital marketing campaigns like PPC campaigns or pay-per-click PPP campaigns. Those are website-based campaigns are involved more into digital marketing, handling the website, handling the URLs, handling the coding of a website. That is completely different than what we do on social media. Social media is readily available to you to put out content because we create content, and digital marketing bit is very different than what social media marketing is. So let's not mix digital marketing and social media marketing with it. It's basically digital, like people, I know a lot of people say that he's into digital marketing. But what kind of digital marketing? There are other things also, like he may be an SEO specialist. He may be a social media specialist. He may be an SEM specialist. He might be a social media analytics specialist who has nothing to do with content management. Then someone who is a social media content specialist who creates content only for social media, who has nothing to do with website. So social media as a career also is very vast. It depends upon what is your interest. Do you like analytics more, or do you like creating content for social media more, or you are well versed with handling content on social media? That is something that everyone here needs to understand, that when I say social media advertising, there is something called as social media content management. There's social media content specialist. There are various forms of social media careers out there.
Thank you, Ankit. Guys, do you have any question, or should we conclude the session?
Ma'am, I'd like to ask for Sir's Instagram ID.
Sorry?
Your Instagram ID, she's asking.
My Instagram ID, okay. I'm just going to write here. It's Ankit Dasgupta. As simple as that. I created my Instagram account like 11 years ago. I was very fortunate enough to get my own name as the Instagram account.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Mansi.
Cool. I guess so. Ankit, thanks a lot. This was an interesting session. And, maybe we can have you some another time for discussing campaigns as well, social media campaigns as well, right? So thanks a lot for, I know I troubled you at the very last moment, and you have been savior, and this was a really interesting session. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot,
Thank you, sir.
And have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.